Hello friends, we are dealing with fresh concrete. We have seen one of the important properties of fresh concrete is workability. Workability is the easy with which you can mix, handle, transport, place, compact and finish. The easy with which you go. We have seen what are the various experiments we conduct: slump cone test, VB consistometer test, compaction factor method test, floor table method. So these are the methods that will decide us about the workability of the concrete. So the next important property is segregation. Segregation of concrete. Segregation is nothing but separation. We have seen concrete is made up of four important ingredients: cement, sand, aggregate and water. So when we mix them, you should see that the material what we prepare is cohesive. They should be cohesive. They should not separate out. See one example I will give. You have seen cow dung, gobar, shagni. See, whenever it falls down, it will be like muddi. It will not separate out. So like this, concrete, whenever you prepare, you should be holding all the ingredients in totality. Such a property we call it as cohesive, holding each other, they not separate out. The aggregates, the paste should not get separate out, nor the water should get separate out. So here there should not be separation of constituents of concrete, that is cement, sand and aggregate. So here the purpose is it should be cohesive. It should be cohesive. So this is possible when we use the ingredients correctly. So whenever we use aggregates, fine aggregates, stone aggregates, it should be well graded. It should have proper shape. It should have proper size. It should have good texture. It should be well graded. That is important part. So when these are all available, then we can prepare a concrete which is very much cohesive. Cohesive we can call it as ek jaan. Ek jaan. Ek jaan means everything into one. So they should hold it properly. So there are different factors which will affect the segregation of the concrete. So first and foremost is bad mix proportion. See, we prepare proportion of concrete. Suppose if I am going 1:2:4. So with water cement ratio say 0.5. 1 is cement, 2 is sand, 4 is coarse aggregate. If I use water cement ratio is 0.5. This should be a proper mix. If the mix proportion is not correct, then the quality of aggregate what we get will be segregating. Either coarse aggregate will be more, or paste will be more, or water will be more, if there is not proper mix proportion. The next factor is most important, excess water. So whenever we go excess water, water has tendency to run out. So when water goes away, we will be left with only the aggregate and some sand, cement will also go with that. So we are left with only aggregate and cement. So excess water should not be used in concrete. And one thing we know, whenever water is more in concrete, the strength of the concrete is going to fall. That is the worst, inversely proportional. Then dropping of concrete. Dropping of concrete. See, usually you see whenever they construct a column, from the top they will be dropping the material into the columns. This should be avoided because during the fall, the aggregates and the paste they get separated out. So segregation will take place. So you should not drop it from the top. It should be taken inside, then you should drop it with a smaller height. So dropping will be affecting the segregation of the. Then is use of mixer. Use of mixer with worn out blades. With worn out blades. You must have seen the mixers, they are using drums for the mixing of concrete. They put cement, sand, aggregate and water, they are rotating. That is a mixture, rotating mixture, drum mixture. So there are blades inside. If the blades are worn out or broken, then the mixing will not be proper. So because of improper mixing, then we see that the segregation of the aggregates will be taking place. So we should see that there should be no warning out of the base. Then next factor is long distance haulage. Haulage means carrying the material, conveyor belts or by belts. Now here, see, if the place where we mix the concrete and if the place where we are required to place it, if they are very long distance, so during this transportation there is possibility that there will be segregation of the concrete. Aggregates will be settling down and the paste will be coming up during the process of transportation. So this should not happen. So this type of long distance haulage we usually do by conveyor belts. Belts will be rotating, so they put concrete on that, the belt will be going to that point and it will be dropping the concrete there. So either with conveyors or belts are also used for the purpose. So in this long distance haulage, you should take care that there is no segregation of the concrete. So here pneumatic compressors or say vibrators are used, so they will be keeping the concrete as cohesive. So long haulage distance is another factor. Then vibrators if used for excess. See, usually whenever we do concreting, we will be going for vibrating if the water cement ratio is less. Then what we do, we feel that more and more we vibrate, you find more and more homogeneity or cohesiveness. That's not the fact. If you vibrate in excess, the material starts segregation. So material starts. So vibrations should be used for a particular period of time, 1 and 1.5 minutes. Beyond that, you should not go for excess vibration. So excess vibration will also cause for segregation. So these are some of the reasons why segregation of the concrete takes place. Now how to avoid that? First is, don't use mixture with bad, don't use mixed proportion, which is bad. Use the standard type of mixed proportion where there is no possibility of any segregation. Don't use excess water. Using excess water, see, usually you see whenever they are doing construction of slabs and all, the person, they will be putting one bag of cement, then required butti of sand, then required butti of aggregate, then they will add water. So they will add required water. So as it goes on mixing, he will go on pouring water into that, so that it is more workable. And if it is more workable, it will be easy for him to transport and put there. But what will happen to water? The water cement ratio will become more, due to which the strength of the concrete will be decreasing. So this is a practical difficulty also. Then excess water should be prevented. Then dropping of concrete should be prevented from very large height. You should take through pipe and it should be poured inside. Then use of mixer without worn out blade. So what are the defects that we'll have to rectify to get it as to prevent the subrogation. Long distance haulage, care has to be taken, because sometimes there are practices wherein you'll have to do haulage of the concrete. So there we'll have to take the precautions so that there is no segregation. Excess of vibration should not be done. So these are some of the factors that will be affecting segregation. So segregation is nothing but separation of the material from each other. So another way you can prevent segregation is use of pozzolanic or what you call, for example, flash. Pozzolanic material. Pozzolanic means which will give binding effect to the concrete. So here, this is also the way we can reduce the segregation of the concrete. Now usually to study about segregation, we conduct experiment on what you call as flow table test. Flow table test. So this flow table test will help us to know the segregation of the concrete. So it has got a table with a round disc. So it has got a cone here of standard size. We fill this cone with concrete in three layers, each layer compacted by 25 rows. Then we lift it. At the bottom, it has got a strong base. At the bottom, this is made to jolt. It will fall down like this. This plate, it will rise and fall, rise and fall. So these jolts will be there. We will apply 15 jolts like that. So in that process, we will see what is the flow of the concrete that is taking place on the circular disc. This dish is made up of brass. This dish is made up of brass. So based upon the flow that is taking place, you can decide about the segregation of the property wire. So whenever it is moving, in totality it should move. Only water and paste should not run out, and the concrete aggregate should not be at that point. So this is the experiment what we see, where we will be able to study about the segregation of the aggregate. Segregation means separation of the constituents from each other. So here usually what is happening, there are different density of material we are using, having specific gravity, different specific gravities. So whenever the specific gravities are less, changing, definitely their movement towards the surface will be different. So particularly water is the lowest specific gravity. It has got tendency to come up fast because it is lightweight. So whenever it comes to the top, it will take cement along with that to the top surface. So in this way, you find segregation will be taking place, and whenever segregation takes place, the quality of the concrete what you get will not be of good quality. Then the next factor what we will be studying is bleeding. Bleeding. We also call it as water gain. Now suppose if you place concrete, suppose if it is slab, if I put concrete in this, what will happen? They are of different specific gravity. What will happen if you had excess water? The water being light in weight, it will try to come up to the top surface. It will come to the top surface. Whenever it is coming to the top surface, it will carry some cement also along with that. It will carry cement along with that. So during this process, what will happen? The aggregates which are there round about, you find capillary tubes are developed. Capillaries are developed. So when the water is coming to the top, it carries some cement also. So there will be capillaries formed in the concrete. Now here what happens in this top surface, it becomes just a paste because aggregates are separated out. This paste what is forming on the top, we call it as latency. This top surface we call it as latency. Latency is because of the bleeding. This process is known as bleeding. So what will come to the top, along with that it will take the cement also forming capillaries, and forming the top surface is a paste, and paste is very weak. During rainy season it will become mud. When it is dry, it will form cracks on the surface, so they will be peeled out on the top. Again we see that the aggregates are exposed on the top. So water should not be in excess to prevent bleeding. Bleeding is inevitable. It cannot be stopped. There will be, but it should be within the permissible limit. So this, the reason for this is water of least specific gravity moves to surface. So whenever it moves, takes cement to top. When it does that, it forms a paste or latence at top. It forms latence at the top. So this is not preferable at the top. So this leads to permeability. Why it becomes permeable? Because it will be forming capillaries as it comes to the top. So once this is going out, what will start entering due to the rainwater, whatever water is on that will start entering into the concrete. So it leads to the permeability of the concrete. So this is a drawback what you will be seeing. So here the reason for this is bad mix proportion, improper mixing, bad compaction or excessive compaction, if you do, this separation will take place. So these are the channels that are formed whenever the water comes to the top. So these channels will cause the permeability of the concrete. So here another drawback is whenever the water is coming to the top, the aggregates get exposed. There will be no proper bond between, it loses bond between cement and aggregate. If it is an RCC work, reinforced cement concrete, whenever it is coming to the top, there will be disturbance for bond between aggregate, cement and steel. So these will be making the concrete weak, its strength will be decreasing. So this reduces the bond. The reason is it reduces bond. It reduces the bond between cement, aggregate, between concrete and steel, and between water and cement. So these segregations will lead to the bleeding of the concrete. So initially when we put concrete, initially bleeding is fast. Bleeding is fast. So this will remain up to 1 to 1.5 hours. Fast bleeding will take place. So as the time goes on, the bleeding will decrease. But this bleeding will be taking place till this completely sets, till the concrete sets. There will be bleeding taking places. So the worst effect of this bleeding is it reduces the bond between the reinforcement and concrete and between the aggregate and the cement paste. So as far as possible, this should be reduced. So here, if the water is less, then definitely bleeding will be less. So in case of rich mixes means cement is more, means water cement ratio is less. In rich mixes, there will be less bleeding. If it is a lean or weak, where water is more and cement is less, there will be more bleeding. So that's why the mixed proportion should be good, so that the bleeding can be reduced. Another factor where we can reduce bleeding is by using pozzolanic material. Pozzolanic material, like if I use flash, for example. By using such material, we will be reducing the bleeding effect of the concrete. So bleeding is one of the effect which is inevitable there, which cannot be avoided, but it will be there. It has to be reduced by taking the precautions which are causing bleeding to the concrete. Use less water cement ratio, so that there will be proper bond is important. If there is no bond between concrete and paste, it will be weak. If there is no concrete bond between concrete and steel, then the RCC will be failing. So bond is an important one which will be holding the ingredients in together. So this is about the bleeding. So usually the common questions they will be asking is, what are the factors affecting what are the factors affecting workability, what are the factors affecting segregation, and what are the factors affecting bleeding. These are very commonly asked. Now we will see what is a process of manufacture of concrete. So how we will make concrete? We are told we have seen the mixture of cement, sand, aggregate and water. Now we have fixed the proportion 1:2:4, whether it is by volume or whether by it is weight. So here we have got what we call as batching. Batching is nothing but measurement of materials. measurement of materials. So how to measure the materials? There are two methods of using the material. One is by volume or another is by weight. So if you go for volume, this volume method is not preferable, but the method by using weight is very much easy, so that you can very easily weigh the material and mix it. Nowadays we have got many ready mix plants also, wherein if you just set the weight to be taken, the machine will automatically take the weight of cement, the required quantity of sand, required quantity of aggregate and required quantity of water. They'll automatically mix. So this method we are using by method of weights. So weights method is more preferred than the volume method. The reason for this is it's accurate. It is accurate method, flexible and simplicity. Because of this we use the weight method. This is the way we can batch the aggregates or the materials by weighing the materials, not by going for volume. If you go by volume also, there will be a box made. This box is made up of wooden. So this is a standard size of box. So this will be having the handles to hold it. It will be either closed or open. So we fill in the material in this. That will be the volume of the material what you will be taking. Now here it depends upon the size of the aggregates. The volume what we are using for bigger size aggregate, volume for smaller size aggregate will be difficult. Another factor is when we are using sand, sand has got bulking property because of the moisture available in the atmosphere. A film is formed around the sand particles, due to which they will try to separate or repel each other. The volume will be increasing. If I add water to that, the film will break and it will decrease in the volume. This is known as the bulking of sand. So if you take by volume, then the bulking effect will be there in the sand. So here, because of this, it is always better to go by weight for batching of the concrete. Now here if you see one bag of cement, you remember this, one bag of cement is equal to 35 liters of cement. 35 liters of cement, and this is equal to 0.035 meter cube. You remember this. So one bag of cement is 0.035 meter cube. Remember this relation. One bag of cement is 0.035 meter cube. So this is about the weigh batching. We will continue in the next class because the time it is taking for loading on your mobiles is taking more time. So I will continue in the next video the remaining part. Any doubt you can ask the questions. Thank you.